April sprints.
If you just walk us through the last couple of lunch trees.
Am I supposed to be talking to this? Yes or no? Right. Um, we had a play. It wasn't for me. It wasn't drawn up that way. Aaliyah Boston deflected it. It was a pass to me, and it was going to be a different shot. But Jackie, like, she kept playing, hit it back to me, and I looked up at the clock. I only had 1 second, one dribble pull, knocked it down, and then overtime. Well, first of all, Asia had a great stop defensively. Like we always say, it's going to come down to our defense, and she had a great stop defensively. Got it to me on the outlet. I knew Becky wasn't like we had an advantage. She wasn't going to call a timeout, so I hit it to Jackie, make her go score the basketball. But she hunted me on 3 point line. Looked up at the clock again, and knocked it down. Woo! Amazing. Consistency, and on both ends of the floor, she had the assignment of guarding one of the toughest guards in the league, and probably the league has ever seen, in Kelsey Mitchell. And then coming back and doing that on the offensive end as well. She had a slow start in the first, but just because she had foul trouble. Came back, we were like, we're going right back at you. Let's go, and we were able to get the stops and play in transition.
Before we move forward, Jackie's 15 straight points, 13 to end the first half, and the 2 to start the second is a franchise record for most points scored by a franchise player in a row. The previous record was 9, held by Dana and Jackie. And it's also the most points scored in a row by any player this season in the W.
Wow.
All right, continue.
Y'all was able to follow all that.
Thanks to Jackie and everybody else as well. What does that show about this team? Like just how special they are.
Is that to me or Liz?
You.
That's to you. Basketball is a game of runs, and we caught fire and got momentum heading into halftime, and that's what we needed. We needed to see the ball go through the net. We needed to get some stops defensively and kind of have them on their heels. So we went on a run, and that's what basketball is all about.
What has to happen to adjust and momentum shifts that way?
Just keeping our cool. Like she said, knowing it's a game of runs. There's highs, there's lows, but we just got to stick together. At the end of the day, we have great leaders that's gonna lead us the whole time and make sure we keep our cool. So I think that's the most important part.
Back to in that fashion.
Feels great, of course. Being on the other side of things, it feels good, and then hitting 2 game winners back to back is just witnessing all this greatness is crazy. Yep.
All right, we are going to go to Zoom for a couple questions.
You thought we was done?
Go. Nikias and then Callie.
Chelsea, for you, wanted to ask about the defense. Heading into this game, the Aces and the Fever were the 2 best offenses in W history, and this turned into pretty much a defensive battle for most of this one. Just what was it like kind of playing in that kind of matchup? And what did you like most about the defense tonight?
I really love the way we started the game. We started off the game aggressive, in pick and rolls. We know that like multiple people can be in actions, and they play downhill really well and share the basketball. And we know they're a problem when they get stops and play in transition. So defensively, I love the way we started, and then we buckled down the stretch and was able to get stops and put ourselves in position to win the game. Um, and basketball's that's what it's about. That's why you love the sport, right? Anything can happen on any given possession. So defensively for us, I was really proud of our fight and effort. It didn't go our way the whole time, but we stayed with it.
Gotcha.
We were on the
Thank you.
same page.
Josh.
It's kind of like having a big closing pitcher in baseball. Obviously, you have the 2, but can you just talk about how nice it is to have that in the chamber?
Man, it don't matter what happened the first 38 minutes. I mean, the whole game, overtime, we know who we rocking with. Um, we've like, there's too much like that we've seen. There's too much that, she's done along with Jackie and myself. Like, there's too much that's happened that we would never lose faith in that. So, we're gonna go get the ball to her, and we're living with that every single time.
Callie.
Chelsea, obviously don't want to take away from the greatness of this win, but it looked like in the third quarter, Jackie Young mentioned to the security that maybe something was amiss with one of the fans and somebody was ejected. The Fever put out a statement after the game saying that they didn't find any wrongdoing. And I'm just wondering if you could clarify your perspective. It looked like you were on the court, maybe able to see what was going on. And if not, if you're not able to specify, could you just maybe speak to how important it is to support your teammates when maybe there are things happening?
Yeah, I don't know the specifics, but like gets said on the sideline quite often. It wasn't directed at me, it was directed at Jackie. And she told somebody, and clearly they found reason to kick him out. Just leave it there. I mean, if they didn't find any, I mean, they had a reason to kick him out, so they don't just do that for nothing.
They actually found that it wasn't, but the fan opted to remain out.
Remained out.
Thank you.
He's gonna make it up.
Yeah, on for this. Having Breezy in the mix defensively between you, her, and Asia, it seems like y'all can kind of guard. You just talk about that.
Oh, keep going. My fault. Cut you off. Oh, get the mic. I think it's a cheat code. Starting with Asia Wilson, then having Breezy, then having myself. It's just like any player you put out on the court, they're gonna give their best effort defensively. That's something that Becky emphasizes a lot. Like, you're not gonna play if you don't play no defense. So it's kind of our main focus, and just having Breezy out there, being able to, like you said, switch 1 through 5, and just giving us that max effort every single time is huge for us.
All right, last question, Andrew.
Wait.
Thanks, Caroline. And want to ask NaLyssa. NaLyssa, we know her as a point guard, but do we have a new nickname for the clutchness that Chelsea Gray gives, whether it's Chelsea Trey or Chelsea Slay? Any new nickname for clutchness?
Now, point guard it is.
I don't know. You got to come up with that. Let me know. I like Chelsea Slay, though.
Okay.
Get out. Point guard is what it is.
Thanks, y'all.